Morning, morning, everybody. It's Celebration Friday. I hope everybody's doing super well. I have had an incredible week, and I wanted to share with you some of what I've been taking away from it. I have had a lot going on in my business and a lot going on in seeing friends and catching up with people. And it's just been a really incredible time of learning and growing for myself. I've been working with a new coach as well on who used to coach me, and it's just been such a powerful time. And I have learned a lot about having what I have. It's something I had learned previously in gratitude training, which is a training I did in Florida, but I hadn't spent a lot of time thinking about it until now. And I think this is a really powerful thing for all of us to know. So when you're so focused on lack, when you're focused on what's not present, and like think about this in terms of your career, when you are focused on the fact that you're not in a job that you really want, that you're not making the money that you really want, that you can't find like you're not getting the interviews that you want. You're focused on everything that is not in your life at that moment, right? And you are very focused on finding a future that gives you all of that, right? And when you are so focused on that, when you're so focused on creating something else, you are not focused on your present moment. You are not focused on what you currently have. You are not clear with yourself about what you can be grateful for in this current day. And so many people do this. This is a mistake I make regularly because we're human, right? We're all human. And the thing I want to be very clear about is it doesn't support you to constantly be focused on this future moment or a past moment, because what's happening in life is happening today. And what you can celebrate is what's happening today. Not you've already celebrated the things that have happened in your past. You're not celebrating something that hasn't happened yet, right? What you can do is celebrate today. And the way to celebrate today is to focus on what you have today. Have what you have in this present moment. Focus on what happened this week. What happened yesterday? What do you feel right now? And feeling really happy and celebrating in that moment, celebrating what you currently have in your space. Like, we take for granted so much what we already have. I have a beautiful painting behind me that I have designed myself. I have a beautiful apartment that I absolutely love. I have a career that I really enjoy and that gives me meaning and purpose. I have wonderful friends that give me meaning and purpose. I have family that I connect with regularly. Last night I connected with my amazing aunt who I hadn't spoken to for a couple of weeks because she has been in Italy. And I feel that love. I understand what I currently have in my current space, and it changes the way I feel inside. So the anxiety in me drops when I start focusing on what I have rather than what I don't have, right? And that's what helped me really create a career that I really love. Because when I am anxious, and like this is what happened to me in my business last year. When I started my business in April, I was like, crap, I gotta get going. I have to start moving. I gotta start doing something in my business that builds my business, because otherwise I look like a fraud. And with that mentality, I was so focused on a future place I wanted to go and what I wanted to create that I was forgetting that I can celebrate the fact that I just decided to start my business. And within 3 weeks, I had my first client. And when I got my first client, I celebrated for a brief moment, but then I was like, but now I need more. And so I was focused on then again going into the future and saying, I need more, I need more, I need more, rather than celebrating what I have. And when you start thinking about it from that place, I was in scarcity, I was in lack, I wasn't focused on what my present moment was all about. And in the last 9 months, if there's anything that I learned in creating your own business, it's being so clear with yourself about what you do have in this present moment, what you do have that feels good, that feels exciting, that feels happy. Because when you are so focused on what you want to create in your life, because then you're saying, I don't have something right now that makes me happy, right? And it puts an energy in your body that doesn't support you in creating what you really want. Because when you're operating from scarcity, you're saying, I got to do more in order to get there now. And I'm going to do whatever it takes now. But like, people feel that energy difference and people don't like it. People like feel really negatively to it. And I noticed it in my own business. Like, I noticed the way that like I needed something so badly that I was desperate to get it. And how was I going to create it? And how was I going to go fast rather than create powerful connection? Rather than thinking about serving, there were a lot of moments where I was very focused on just getting the next client. And when I relaxed that, when I leaned back, when I enjoyed what I already had, that's when the next client would show up. And it was powerful for me to see that difference. It was powerful, so powerful that I began to say, all right, I need to do business in a different way. I need to change how I focus my mindset because it's not working for me. And the same thing goes for career. When I see a client who's completely stressed out about her current position, like, and I'll talk about one of my clients, she discovered that her salary was way less than the majority of people who were in her same level position, and she was getting a lot of work relative to them. And she felt it so unfair. And all she could see is the difference in that salary, the difference in the number that she, like, say $20,000. I don't actually know what the actual difference is because we focused on what she wanted to get rather than what that difference was. But she was so focused on that difference of that $20,000, let's say. And all she could see is that she didn't have that $20,000. And what we did was flip it around, because that energy wasn't going to help her get what she wanted. That energy would have sent her feeling entitled and pissed off into a negotiation meeting. And that energy doesn't help you get what you want, right? The energy that we shifted to is celebrating how did she get what she did have already, and focus on being grateful on that salary and what that salary is able to create in her life already. And then from that place, and from a place of forgiveness and compassion and understanding for her company, she was able to get a 10% raise. But it's only because you're able to shift your energy away from what you don't have to what you do have that you can create the career that you really want, and the salary that you really want, and everything else in your life that you really want. So that's what I have for you today. Celebrate what you have. Have what you have. Embrace what you have. And start viewing yourself from that place of gratitude today, because that energy is going to shift the way that you view your career right now. So you go from a place of desperation to a place of joy. And then from joy, you will attract anything and everything that you can possibly want in your career. Let me know if you have any questions, and I can't wait to see what you create. Bye, loves. Happy Friday.